Weighed in at 541 today. That's a 2 pound increase from last week. Um, yeah, I fucked up. Well, that's the thing. I have to own this one. I didn't. I was pretty lackadaisical Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hell, even Thursday, right? I kind of got back on track on Thursday, late Thursday, and early Friday, but by that point, it was too little, too late. And if I think about like why was I so, I don't really, I don't know. I was just fucking hungry. Like I was really hungry every day, and I just kind of gave in late at night, right? 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I would just give in. I would just make, uh, ground beef, like a pound of ground beef, 4 eggs, and have it with some sweet potatoes, right? Fried sweet potatoes. Um, it wasn't crazily unhealthy. It was just a lot of volume food, and I was just kind of going. Like I was just in. It was just into it, right? And this was. I think one day was ground beef, one day was chicken, one day was steak. Like I cooked an entire pack of petite sirloin steaks from Aldi for one meal. Like I just was like eating everything um, at in the evenings, right? I had my normal meals, my normal day. The day was fine. I just was like extra hungry for some reason, and normally I'd been able to like win those battles. Usually, like especially the last 6 weeks, I was winning those battles. And this week I just didn't win those battles, right? I lost them continuously, and that's what led to the scale going up. And it's like again, I have to wear that. I have to own that. And I think I'm not even I'm disappointed in myself, but I'm not mad. If that makes sense, right? I think that in the past, when the scale has gone up with the scale, like I have like defined it as my worth, and I'm getting better at not defining the scale for my worth, which means that I'm able to like own in the fact that I fucked up, and also move forward to the next day, to the next week in this case. I'm still trying to think about like mentally. I just drove here, and I was trying to think about like why did I not have a good week, like the root cause of it, right? Trying to do like that deep kind of inner work. And there are some like root causes I think for sure that I can address or I can think about. Um, some self sabotage, some fear of success, fear of hitting 200 pounds, fear of that next milestone, right? Um, Definitely plays a part in what happened this week. And if I'm like honest with myself, that's where like I think this battle wins because I was just like, I wasn't owning it, right? It's becoming real. I'm losing weight. That's becoming real, and uh, I'm afraid of losing weight. Right? That's the kind of the nitty gritty, that the dirty little secret, I guess, is that I'm afraid to lose weight, and these milestones. I think why I have such struggle like hitting milestones and even getting past milestones is because like it becomes more and more real that hey, you're doing it and your life is changing, like you're changing, and who I was even a month ago, 2 months ago is not the same person, and that's really scary, right? That's really scary, and so I have to be okay with that, and I'm still getting okay with that. If I think about it, like I'm getting okay with things are going to change, and that's a good thing. They had to change, right? The alternative was death. So, like, let's not be glib about it, but that's the alternative, right? If I didn't do anything, um, death was around the corner, and so changing is good, but it's also very terrifying. And so I think that's what like if I think about like subconsciously like why I'm making certain choices I'm making in those moments, especially it's always around times when I was close to 100 pounds that week before like the 2 weeks before I hit 100, I think I gained weight too. Like every time they're coming up in a big milestone, it's like I take a week off, or I just sabotage my own progress, and I have to get better at that. Right? That's what like I'm trying to get better at that. This next 2 weeks, opportunity to lock in and redemption. Right? So I'm traveling this week, next weekend, and I'm traveling the next weekend. Um, and the last times, so when I traveled in the past, the scale and I haven't always been eye to eye. Mainly, I haven't been eye to eye, right? I haven't been locked in when I feel like I'm at home. I haven't been disciplined like I am at home, and the scale has been kind of sporadic when I travel, right? And so my goal for this traveling trip is to the heck, Jordan? Sorry, I'm watching the dog. My job on this traveling trip is to ensure the scale like continues to move in a positive direction, right? It moves down, and so that means tracking my food. That means working out, right? I'm gonna work out 4 times. Like normally, Mondays are my off day, almost religiously at this point. But I'm gonna work out Monday. I'm gonna work out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the city here in Columbus, and then I'm traveling Friday. I'm working out. I'll probably work out Saturday morning, get a little at least cardio in Saturday morning, and then work out at the hotel that night. And then Sunday is my friend's race marathon, so I'll be cheering her on the marathon. My buddy and I talked about maybe doing a little walk at 3 a.m. What the fuck am I thinking? Like that's an early time, but potentially doing a little walk at 3 or 4 a.m. before the race activities start, just to get a little activity in for us. I don't know. She told me that we have to walk and hand her food at different mile stops, so I'm assuming that we could be on our horse anyway, if you know what I'm saying, like in the race. But I want to get activity in all those days. Also weighing on Sunday in Detroit at the hotel, and then the next week, right? I'm working out. I'm leaving that week. I'm leaving on Thursday, so working out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I'm heading out, but I'm also working out that Thursday because I'm going to Chicago and doing a workout video with someone as soon as I get there. Right, as soon as I get to Chicago, I'm working out, and then I'm going to go see my friend perform. If you're in Chicago, like I'd love to see you. I'm going to the Trip Fontaine show. It's at 6:30 p.m. Tickets are tripfontaine.com. I'll be there, but I'm going to go to his show and see him perform, and then I'm headed to the middle of the state in Peoria, in Illinois. I'm headed to Peoria to do the 2-mile race, and so I'll be trotting away on the race, and then also like I have some races. I have some not races. I have some walks I need to get in this week, as well as lifts. I have some walks I need to get in next week, as well as lifts. So I have a solid plan for the next 2 weeks in order to be successful. I need to. What I'm going to do for sure is, like, I'm pretty good about tracking food right now. I need to be like extra good, right? I need to be perfect, really, on tracking my food because I'm traveling. It's not my normal stuff. I'm not eating the same stuff I usually eat, and hidden calories are a thing. And so, I also am going to bring a bunch of stuff with me too. So I'm going to bring a bunch of tuna packets. I'm going to bring some Icon meats from my friends up at Icon in Wisconsin. I'm going to bring a couple protein drinks. So I'm going to have a pretty good stock of things with me as well to supplement, and also just make sure that there's nothing else I can eat. I can have food that I have that's quote unquote safe, right? I think all food are safe, but it's just something that I know is like, okay, I can eat this, hit my protein goals, hit my calorie goals, and still, lose weight for the week. So that's where I'm feeling. I guess it sucks not losing weight this week because I was doing so well, like multiple weeks in a row, right? 6 weeks in a row of the scale going down and seeing the number go up. That sucks. Also, it sucks that I did it to myself, right? There was no like anomaly or some shit, right? I was in the kitchen eating late at night when I didn't need to be, right? And I think it's really important that I take accountability for those actions and those things. No one else can lose the weight for me. No one else can make the decisions for me. I can have all the plans in the world, but if I don't stick to them, if I don't lock in, then I can't. It won't happen, right? So yeah, nothing hard one. Like, right, we're gonna get back on track. I talked about in the live video, not to pivot too hard, but we're gonna pivot off of that, right? I've harped enough on that. I talked in the live video earlier today about an idea for Thanksgiving. I know Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and it's a big eating holiday. And Jerry was talking. It reminded me about how last year on the holidays, I just locked myself in the gym. Right, I didn't really do anything. I didn't go to I didn't go to any family's houses for holidays. I literally just stayed in the gym, so I didn't eat, and that probably wasn't the healthiest choice. It worked. Obviously, I lost weight those 2 weeks, but it wasn't very healthy. It wasn't very. It's not sustainable, and so I was thinking about two options. One, like, not really two options. I was thinking of one option. I was going to recreate or create a Thanksgiving menu that was healthier with healthier options, or at least healthier swaps for different things. Um, and like how I could eat, still have enjoy the Thanksgiving dinner, and it still tastes good, but also, not an insane amount of calories for those days. Obviously, it's just one day, and one day won't ruin your progress. But I think it's a cool challenge for myself to do, and I think it's really fun that I like. I've learned that I like recreating recipes for lower calorie, and so I think I might try that. Sorry, the dogs are a person's walking by, and the neighbor has Belgian Malinois. And if you know Belgians, any reason they don't need a reason. They don't really need a reason, but any reason to bark and go nuts, they're going to. So yeah, they were having a little moment as someone was walking by on their nightly walk. But yeah, this has gone pretty long. Excited about the race. Excited to go hang out in Detroit. I know I'm going to a marathon. I intend to eventually do a marathon, maybe Detroit Free Press in the next coming years. Right, not next year, but maybe in a couple years I'll do the Free Press. But it's kind of like, I don't know if you all remember the Stefan Diggs. He's not really a good example, but anyone like, there's like the stories of the athlete who went to go watch the championship game because that's where they want to be at, to experience the moment, experience what's happening. Right, that's kind of feel about the Free Press. I've never been to a full marathon, and so I want to experience the atmosphere, see what it's like, and visualize in my head that's where I want to be at in 2 years. Right, I want to be crossing the finish line for a marathon, and have the capabilities to achieve that in the set amount of time that the marathon allows. So that'll be fun. The race in Peoria I'm looking forward to. 2 miles. It's hilly. Trying to hit my sub 40 minutes. It's going to be tough. Like the training program right now, I've been roughly 44 to 48, but I'm going to give my all. Hopefully we get some big Mont Trot in there, right? My Achilles are feeling much better. So they were hurting before, but they're feeling better now. So hopefully that evens out and I can knock that out of the park. But yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. I'll do better. I will get better. And we'll talk soon. Cheers.